President Trump has just 13 days left in office, but there are growing calls for impeachment or to remove him now under the 25th Amendment. Section 4 allows a majority of cabinet members to declare the president unable to do his job, but the vice president must agree. 7 Action News reporter Brett Cast is live with how likely this is to happen. Brett.
Yeah, well, it certainly is possible. Both impeachment or invoking the 25th Amendment could happen. Those are two very different processes and could have different repercussions down the line. Members of the United States Congress forced to take cover inside the House chamber of the nation's capital.
I could hear popping. It was either tear gas or shots being fired. We were in that situation for about 20 minutes. It was frightening.
As an angry mob breached the front gates, forcing their way inside the building, the certification of Joe Biden's Electoral College victory was brought to a halt and the chamber evacuated.
Suddenly, the Secret Service rushed in to pull the Vice President Pence off of the podium very quickly. Sergeant of Arms jumped up and asked everybody to stay in place. There is an emergency.
Once lawmakers got to safety and learned President Trump directed the crowd to go to the Capitol, many of those same lawmakers began calling for his removal.
I think we need to invoke the 25th Amendment. I think his time is up.
House members like Andy Levin and more than a handful of other Michigan members of Congress are now calling for the same.
Certainly, President Trump is not fit to be president. He needs to be removed.
It's certainly possible.
Richard Primus is a constitutional law professor at the University of Michigan. He says impeachment could be done quickly if there's enough support in Congress, and this move could bring an end to the president's political future.
A president who's impeached and removed can also be penalized with the penalty of not being eligible to run for office again.
The 25th Amendment is a temporary measure where the vice president and the president's own cabinet take control if they feel the president is unfit to lead. But that too has checks and balances. Trump can object, and the cabinet would have to invoke it again. Then final say would go to Congress.
Congress officially has 21 days to decide, and we're fewer than 21 days from January 20th. So if they wanted to walk it slow, they could.
Whether or not their calls for removal come true, the lawmakers who were forced to spend much of yesterday in hiding are coming out today in full force.
Clearly, responsibility lies with this president. This president has engaged in behaviors that we have never seen ever, and hopefully never will again.
Since being ratified in the late 60s, the 25th Amendment has rarely been used, only in situations where a president is undergoing a medical procedure and would be sedated for a period of time. So, of course, never in a situation quite like this. Reporting live tonight, I'm Brett Cast, 7 Action News.
Brett, thank you for the live report and the information. Many